Hi, everyone, and welcome to this session. My name is Pedro Gado, and I'm joined here with Diego Sevillano, and we would like to present our session regarding Venezuela. It's about the nexometer approach and to enhance our humanitarian WASH programming. 87% of Venezuelans lived with daily access to water. And since the beginning of the crisis, this situation has turned upside down, and now approximately 82% of Venezuelans do not receive water continuously, or at least with poor quality. The framework for resilience and fragile context. I think Venezuela has been facing is called what we call a fragile context, and even though the humanitarian aid has been struggling to recuperate or restore these services, there's a moment that if the situation does not improve, then the country can also go back to the same situation before. So I think this is what is important to understand, that humanitarian aid just by themselves it's not just enough. And we need to focus also on a more resilient approaches and more towards facing some actions towards development to ensure that this country recovers some of the services.
The origins of it. So this common understanding, the technical working group was created in April 2023 with these organizations that work in the country. And for developing the tool, we have used different key documents that they have very important information on what is Nexus, how to contribute to humanitarian development and peace. But one of the key documents that we have found recently that was released on April and on September this year, it was the JOF, the Joint Operational Framework. This document is it was built with the leading of the Global WASH Cluster and the Water and Sanitation for All organization, and lots of other organizations that contributed to it. It is important because this document gives clear ideas and steps on how to put in practice the Nexus. So the Nexometer also establishes a monitoring ex post after the implementation of the project, which is important to understand if our actions they still last, and to learn about it. It's important to learn and to capitalize what we have done good in a good way, and what we have to improve in order to build better projects in the future. Then it gives you some graphs in terms of how do we contribute to the operational principles. How do we contribute to respect diversity and context? How we contribute to integrate adaptive management? How we contribute to develop rapid transition mechanism between crisis phases. So in terms, the bigger it is, it means that we are planning a project that contributes more to this Nexus operational principles. Here we talk about contraction versus expansion. If we have a baseline, for example, and we are starting in a way, and we know the criteria and the activities that we have to follow in order to ensure a proper handover to authorities or to other parties, etc., in theory, this would be a Nexus expansion, as we call it. An important tool, an interesting tool, and a practical tool to implement projects. The partners that they have collaborated to do some pilots and to elaborate the tool, they have the illusion that this is something that can be really useful.